Holy Jesus.
Hey guys, NitroBuilderGTR here. So today I'm going to be talking about the game that I've been developing for nearly 2 years now. And yeah, kind of just here to explain my journey and how I managed to achieve my goal of being a game developer. On the 3rd of February 2021, at approximately 7:40 PM, the most recent snapshot of an Unreal Engine 4 project was created under the name My Project 4, with the alias of Nitro Server. However, this was just a snapshot. I have found the very first edition of the project files using an old USB drive that I had lying around, with an old copy of the game that was originally created on the 10th of September 2020 at 10:52 AM. Now, the reason why I made the game was because I wanted to make a social-based game, and I had already previously made a working chat system using Node.js, HTML, CSS, Express.js, and Socket.io. These are all web and back-end server programming languages that communicate with each other at the same time. And around the same time that I was making this social media or chat system, I was playing a lot of games that were inspirational to me at the time. For instance, Fortnite was a big inspiration for me at the time, which is why I used the game engine Unreal Engine, because Fortnite used that game engine and I had a look at it. I had tried out Unity before, but it was a little too difficult for me, so I moved over to Unreal Engine and it was way easier for me. Now, this is personal preference, but for me, I really recommend using Unreal Engine. It was very easy for me to pick up, and I'm now doing very well as a game developer overall because it was so easy to use. And that's coming from someone who's had no previous game developer experience and picked it up in 2 years. Now, I wasn't coding every day for 2 years, but I definitely put in loads of hours. And I think if you put in hours, you'll be able to be a game developer very fast. So now that I have explained what I've done, it is now time to show you what I've actually achieved over the past 2 years. So here we are in the Unreal Engine 4 editor, in the My Project 4 project, otherwise known as Nitro Server. Now, when I recovered the project from the USB drive, almost all of the textures that were in the game originally were corrupted and didn't load. But to be honest, this could be an easy fix, as there weren't many textures that were in the game originally. So here we are in the Unreal Engine 4 editor in the My Project 4 project file, and let's run the game. So here's the Nitro Server main menu. Now, there aren't many differences from the main menu from GTR Server and Nitro Server, but I'll talk to you about a few of them later. So here is what happens if you clicked on account in the main menu. There are much more features for Nitro Server's account settings, as you can tell, compared to GTR Server's account settings. Hopefully though, there should be some new account settings for GTR Server coming soon. So now that we've done that, let's host a server. So now we've connected, you can see that as the server, there's not a lot of things you can do, so you can only play as the client or a player who's joining the server. You can't play if you're hosting the server. This is one of the major bugs that I couldn't fix, and this was again one of the major bugs that made me stop developing Nitro Server. So now we can join as the client and use the server finding feature to join the server. So now we can accept and join the server. So now that we've loaded in, you can see that the FPS is a bit stuttery, mainly because of optimization issues. But as you can see over here, those are the models of the character meshes that I tried to change. So I tried to change the default character mesh to that character mesh, and I couldn't do it with the animations and things like that. It was very difficult. But as you can see, the graphics are quite good, but also, you know, the textures are removed because of the corruption of the files. But apart from that, it was a, you know, reasonably smooth game to run. But there were too many bugs and errors, which is why I stopped developing the game. So, I was going to say before about what this big white box was, and this was originally the chat system that Nitro Server used, and it was not very good. Basically, it was a link to a website, and you'd enter in a username there, and you would then have a chat system that you could use. It wasn't very good though, which is why, again, this is one of the reasons why I stopped developing Nitro Server.
I just like the sound of it.
So what I've just shown you there was a glimpse of the creation that I call the GTR server. Now this mini trailer that I just made had those files lying around for a while, and in fact half of those clips that I just showed were from my last and most recent video, which was the trailer for GTR server. Now remember, I made all of this game in a time span of almost 2 to 3 years. About 2 years ago I didn't even know half of the basics of coding, but I worked hard and put in the hours, and now this is where I am. I've made a reasonably difficult to build game, and in a reasonable time span. It has been a learning experience for me, and I've learnt so many things over these past 2 years. So, here we are in GTR server. You can experience like the game for yourself if you want to play it. If you want to play it, you can install it in the link in the description below. But yeah, I'll only give you a few clips just to give you a feel for the game and just to show you around. Now it's time to talk about today's sponsor, GTR Server. GTR Server is a social-based game, and you can create and join other players' servers and talk to people in the servers. It's currently in open alpha and is free to play for Windows. Download for free in the link in the description below.